Dead Season is a mysterious podcast for D&D nerds, hosted by Knocked Prone.
Find more ways to support our show in the episode description.
And you're beating hard, and now your souls can't depart. Dead season is nigh, cries of smoke and gun the doors.
Zelbrath Wilderton.
Not thrown!
We left off, you are all standing in front of this newly founded doorway that has the golden placard that says Javi on it. Next to the inscription of the word Javi, you see a familiar elevator button from the beginning, and you see that the elevator button has, again, the four corners de-illuminated. However, the top left corner is flashing, and the door is currently closed.
There's a sign that says Javi placard next to the door, above the door.
That has a similar up, like from the elevator room from last session, how there was an elevator button that had the up arrow and it had four corners of de-illuminated lights. It has the same button next to the placard that says Javi with four de-illuminated lights. However, one of them is glowing green.
Okay.
Javi will say,
I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think we should go through this door. It's calling me.
Only forward to go.
This might be our most productive room yet.
Lead the way.
Let's go.
Okay.
Guidance.
Guidance. And how would you like to proceed? The door is currently closed.
cautiously.
Press the button.
Oh, is there a button to press? Oh, I was not understanding.
This is an elevator one, not the regular door plastic.
So this is similarly an elevator door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll press the button.
Absolutely.
Press it.
So as you press this elevator button that is reminiscent of the opening lobby, you will hear a ding, and then the door will open, and in front of you will be a soul portal.
Can you see what soul portal? I mean, is it into one of Javi's memories?
Yes, it sure is. You can see the cave of the Pinkertons on the other side.
I know that this was painful for you last time, Javi.
Yes, but I guess my question is do we need to go through this door to move forward, or is this another trap?
I think it may be another trap, but I also think it may be one that's meant to be sprung.
Now we need to keep moving forward.
Forward.
I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
I'm 10 HP. You can go wherever you want. I will follow directly behind.
Maybe in the middle-ish or something.
Javi will just turn to Finn and say,
We're gonna take one last trip home, okay? Let's go check it out.
And Finn excitedly will skitter after you as you walk into this soul portal into the cave that you called home. As you enter into this soul portal, you see a sight that is not actually quite familiar to Javi's eyes. In the center of this cave is a gargantuan creature, a creature who has blown out to the top of the cave. Make me an Arcana check. Or history check, your choice, with advantage.
you're gonna need that one. First one was a nat 1.
Nice.
Second one was a nat 20.
Hey, what did we say? What did we say that those were?
Yeah.
But you get a point of inspiration for that natural 20. So with a natural 20, you look upon the gargantuan creature. It is Javi. You recall the memory of your death that Finn portrayed to you. That was Finn trying to disassemble you as you grew to a gargantuan size and were crushing the Pinkertons. This seems to be your end memory.
So, just giant gargantuan creature destroying everything.
Destroying everything.
Including the D&D set.
Yeah, including the D&D set. Yes, go ahead and take out our camera. Everyone, as you see this gargantuan Javi, roll for initiative.
Ooh, sweet.
Oh,
Wanted to kill
goodness.
Javi.
Yeah, finally someone else gets to do it.
Squirrel is killing me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 6.
Killing me. Over and over.
And you'll see how it feels.
Yeah, that's something that Talroth never divulges, but every time a clone of him dies, he feels it.
Brother.
He's an empath, huh?
18.
17. We got the religious people going first.
11.
We are going to play a little Robo shutdown mini game. Who can think of a cool Robo shutdown mini game name? For a point of inspiration,
Robo shutdown mini game. Dr. Robot Kick.
Gato, Doctor, Robot.
Robo Nomo.
Robo Nomo.
Robo Nomo.
Domo Origato. Javi's robot. No.
No gato.
This is my weak spot.
Nothing off the top
That's
of my
okay.
tongue.
That's okay. I'm gonna give it to Robo Nomo because I just gave Alec an inspiration point. So, welcome to the mini game. In the game Robo Nomo, it appears that Finn, the one that is with Javi, is needing to get to the top of Javi in order to allow this memory to commence properly. This is gonna kind of be like the memory meltdown that we had with Zelbarath. At the beginning of your turn, everyone will declare what skill they would like to use in order to help shut down / dismantle the Javi bot. No two players can use the same skill in the same round. The same player cannot use the same skill twice ever. Once a skill is burned by a player, it is gone. So for instance, if Chai uses athletics, you can never use athletics again. But Javi, say the next round nobody uses athletics, you can then use athletics, but then you can't again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And not
Questions?
per round, like the whole time.
The whole time.
So like with athletics, we can each roll athletics
For
once.
different rounds.
4 different rounds.
For 4 different rounds.
rounds.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Questions, concerns?
What
How many
checks?
successes are we aiming for / failures?
Players need to achieve 12 successes before accumulating 3 failures.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
What are we rolling? I mean, you said athletics was one, but what are the
Any
options?
skill.
Any skill?
Any skill. But you have to use the skill to describe how you are helping to dismantle or shut down the Javi bot.
Sweet. I will intimidate.
Yeah,
said Javi bot.
have a +6 to intimidation, but
Hey, you would know how to intimidate yourself.
No one ever loved you.
I think it did it to me! I think I hurt myself more than I hurt it.
I think I hurt my own feelings.
There are different degrees of success based off of which skill you use. However, that's a secret. Woohoo! Chai, you are going to be able to choose what you use first.
12 and 3. I like those odds.
Okay, so Chai is going to be bold
Old.
and start to try to traverse up the Javi bot.
Absolutely.
Okay? I'm climbing up the Javi bot,
Dude.
and I would like to use survival to be able to traverse this Javi bot.
Absolutely.
Fair enough?
careful.
Absolutely.
If you fail survival, you don't survive.
Yes.
Well, that's apt.
Ow.
I don't even have an inspiration. Unnatural 1.
With an unnatural 1, you are going to climb up 20
just
feet
my
into the Javi bot. And
Ow.
you will
20
take
feet.
14 points of damage
Okay,
as
okay.
Javi will I'm down and throw you off. Oh shoot!
You just gain a level of soul.
You gain another level of soul splitting. So you are now on the second round of soul splitting. The second level of soul splitting is fractured psyche. Your fracture deepens, intensifying the -1 penalty. Your identity splinters, causing further disarray to your ability to navigate the world and interact meaningfully.
So I don't have
else
to,
changed?
like, mechanically.
Mechanically,
I don't have to
nothing
change anything.
changes.
Okay, that's what I get for not being cautious. It was out of character for Chai. Just jump in.
There
Did not survive.
I did not survive. You were right. You were right. It's your fault.
Talroth with a 17, you are up.
I would like to attempt to do a perception check to find what might be the easiest areas for it to scale and to try to like point it out for Finn. and shout
Absolutely.
it out for him.
Yes. Go ahead and roll perception.
I'd have to do it.
We're just gonna have to kill you. Well, we're not gonna be able to kill you. We're gonna get killed. I'm gonna use this, but let me put the needle away so that way I don't stab you. 23.
A 23, that is a great success. So you were able to point out, and Finn is able to traverse Javi's legs and is able to get.
Finn, use chai as a springboard. Onto the robot.
And so it is. And so it
And
is.
so it is said.
At least it's just Finn, you know? You didn't tell Javi in his suit to use me as a springboard.
Absolutely.
Give me a boost.
So Finn jumps, springboards off of Chai, and is able to make it considerable distance up the Javi bot.
I have a bonus action still.
Yes.
I'll send my wisps just around Javi, and giant Javi, trying to like give him something to like swipe at or to distract him as he's just like flailing around.
Ooh, okay, roll me a performance check.
Oh, 19.
A 19, absolutely. So I'm going to say with that, the Javi bot is going to roll at disadvantage with his next attack. Speaking of, it is Robo Javi's turn.
Yay! Do I get to control him?
No, unfortunately, the Iker has taken over his mind. Everyone, make me an acrobatics check with advantage as this Javi bot is swatting at you, but will also swat at the lights. Ooh,
17.
12.
12.
Unnatural 20.
absolutely. Everyone who failed, so the two 12s, you will take 14 points of damage as
put you at another
the
level.
Javi bot will swipe at you. And unfortunately, Chai, you will take another level of soul splitting. So that
Can I
is-
use one of my wisps
Yes.
to absorb it?
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, not technically the damage,
you're
but
good.
like
No,
just to,
just the level of soul splitting. So you will stay at 2 levels of soul splitting, but you are taking a lot of damage still. So Talroth, you are able to expend one of your wisps, and it bolsters Chai back into a second level of soul splitting instead of a third. She is now not halfway to death. She is only a third of the way to death.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I'm fractionally useful.
Yes. And with that, Zell, you are up with an 11.
I'm going to use a sleight of hand, and I'm going to take a little fork out of the mess kit I have, wedge the fork like right in a pivotal
In the big toe
spot
and the-
where like
toes.
I'm going to say like somewhere like around the elbow, so he can't like extend his arms efficiently or something.
Yeah, go for it.
7.
A 7, unfortunately, will be a.
Try to shove in a fork, and then he just like bends his arm and just bends the fork.
Javi, you
Javi.
are at the end of the round. You see Chai is in levels of soul splitting. Zell is rubbing fork away from his face. And Talroth is assisting Finn in leading him up points of weaknesses for the Javi bot. What would you like to do?
I will go with investigation. And
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking similar to how Talroth did. He's going to be trying to identify pinch points, weak points in the armor that would be a location Finn could climb. Does that work for investigation?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
18.
That will pass. So you successfully are able to point out, similarly to how Talroth was able to, a route for Finn to traverse safely up the Javi bot. And with that, we're going to go back up to the top of the order. Chai, you are in 2 levels of soul splitting. You would be in a third. However, Talroth was able to expend one of his wisps in order to help you out. And what would you like to do with your turn?
I would like to use Puddle's Comet
Absolutely.
to heal everyone in a 60-foot radius. I know this ability is really powerful, so feel free to shut me down. So my thought is maybe like since there's a supernova effect with Puddle's Comet, that perhaps it could heal our party,
While damaging the robot.
but damage
Yeah.
the robot.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check. Depending on how well you roll will depend on how well your party heals.
This is terrifying.
That's the caveat here.
It's nat 20.
Whoa.
So that's 20.
So a long rest for everybody.
So that's 27.
So with a natural 20, I'm going to allow it to be the maximum. So 2d8 plus your wisdom. What is your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom is +5.
Everyone, go ahead and heal 21 hit points of health as a.
That puts me at full.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not me. Puts me at 21.
And that will be 3 successes with a natural 20.
All right.
And as the robot is going to take a huge supernova of puddle damage as the wave of radiant light ebbs into this monster's gears. And with that, Talroth, you are up. Oh, and you are now out of levels of dying, but you are still 2 levels deep.
Yes.
I'm going
State
to
some
use
history for you all.
Insight?
And I'm going to try to read large Javi's attack patterns and wait until I feel like he has like overexerted himself or overextended himself, and then wait and give that cue to Finn to start climbing at that point, so
Absolutely.
that it's an easier path.
Is somebody keeping track of which skills we've used? I
Keep
was.
track of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
19 is a success. So you were able, the monster is going to swat at its legs as it gets this wave of radiant energy from Chai's supernova puddle. And you are able to basically point to Finn where his weak spot is. And he's able to springboard off of the remnants of a fork and is able to project himself further up the robot. You guys currently have 7 of 12 successes and 2 of 3 failures.
Woo!
Nothing.
No
can go
pressure,
wrong. And we got
Daniel.
like those 2 failures like right
Nothing
away.
can stop
So
us
it's like
now.
we basically had to just straight succeed after that.
Exactly.
got
And
it.
with that is going to be Robo Javi's turn. And
no.
everyone go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, again with advantage, with Talroth distracting this Robo.
Robo no more.
Danny.
16.
16.
19.
19.
Good thing we healed up because I got a 6.
Zell, you are going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as this robot is going to slam into your face. Reminiscent of a snow press that would make you into an ice block.
So my immune system's already conditioned for this.
Yes. you already have the antibodies, so...
I have the antibodies for pain.
And with that, it is going to be Zell. You are up. So you've just been imprinted upon by this robot. So in the Twilight world,
As it
it's a
does
little
like
creepy.
a big stomp on me, I'm gonna use an athletics check to lock the foot in so that
Yes.
he's like unstable and can't
it. I
move
like it.
efficiently.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll that with advantage. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was good.
23.
Hey.
A 23 will be a great success. That will be 2 levels of success. You guys are 3 successes away as you bear hug into this Javi bot leg, and it's trying to shake you off as Finn is expertly climbing with the instruction from Javi and Talroth. And with that, Javi, you are up.
Okay.
With my bonus action, if you don't mind, I would like to also do the help action for a hobby.
yes.
With the theme being like I'm, holding the leg so he's vulnerable for your whatever you're gonna do.
Absolutely. So you will have advantage on whatever skill you choose to use this round.
Going to go for sleight of hand. I would like to take one of Javi's crossbow bolts. I think this is sleight of hand, and see if he can throw it in and get it into a point where Finn can use it to further climb up.
Yeah, like
literally
a
like
Lars and Jack
javelin
and
throw.
Daxter. Yeah,
Yeah, to make a little
swing,
a little bar for him to swing,
around.
flip around, and do backflips straight up.
Incredible.
I like it.
Exactly.
He uses the red eco.
13. Can I give myself Flash of Genius?
You sure can.
Okay, I'm an additional 3, so 16.
For which check?
Sleight of hand.
Meets beats. Yes! For a
Javi will for a second think he's gonna miss, and then think, no, I won't.
I'm gonna mess this up.
Wait, no. I'm smart.
I'm smarter than this. He will use Pythagorean's theorem.
Absolutely. So Finn will be able to climb onto this swinging bar that you've placed expertly in front of him with a flash of genius.
Geniusly.
And
Geniusly, not expertly.
Your genius is showing.
And you guys are 2 successes away and 1 failure away. So you are right at
And
the
who's
cusp.
up next, though?
And Chai, you are up.
I don't want a heroic moment. I also don't want to fail.
Can she just give a help action?
You could just give a help action if you wanted, but
No,
don't
you
do
gotta
it.
take it. You gotta take it.
Take life by the horns, man. Cries into the phone.
Kill me. I'm begging you.
My best option here is insight. So I'm going to use my smarts here. I'm going to think about how Zell, was using like Javi-bot's like foot, to keep it like traps and everything. And then I don't know where you stabbed. Where did you stab, Javi?
I was trying to think of it was more like a throw,
was
like
like
a
a
throw to
throw?
like wherever Finn is to help him get up higher.
Oh yes, with Finn. Right. I'm gonna go over to the other leg, and I'm gonna try to like dismantle even just like the smallest bolt from the other leg. My hope is that like if he's legless, then like that's as decommissioned as you need him to be.
You'll be really good at archery, though. So, sorry.
Yeah,
He has
well,
legs,
Finn's
but
up,
it sucks
Finn's
he's
up
not
there.
disarmed.
Like Finn's doing stuff up there. So I feel like my insight is like internal calculations. Take the most important screw out of the other leg.
Absolutely. So with
I
your
see.
insight check, you were able to try and hone into the Javi's mind and see which screw would be best. And go ahead and roll me an insight.
21.
It's 21. Dismantle this screw, and the Javi leg is going to. As this leg is going to fall to the ground, you are 1 success away and 1 failure away from the end of this robot. The ichor inside of the Javi bot's eyes is writhing like tentacles outside of the eyes, and it is freaking out. And with that, Talroth, you are up.
I'm gonna turn to Javi and just say, I mean nothing of this. As I walk up to Big Javi and say, Javi, you have destroyed everything that you know. You've never been able to escape before. Give up. And I'd like to use intimidation.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check to try and dismantle this robot from the inside.
14 plus 6, 20.
Ooh, a 20 will succeed as the robot will. And Finn is able to reach the top of Javi, climb inside, remove a chip from inside of the suit, and the powerful Javi will and return back to a normal size. And Javi, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
I'm sorry.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
4.
With a 4,
Never gonna be able to use this dice again.
you are going to take 15 points of psychic damage as you watch yourself die. And you see your lifeless body crumble to the earth. But tell me how Javi is feeling seeing your death be played out.
Javi had always hoped that he had made it out, and he'd already come to terms with this when he found out that Finn had killed him, saved him. So even though watching it happen hurts, he knows that it had to happen, and he's happy that it did happen.
Absolutely. And as you feel this sense of resolve, a small elevator-like button will appear on the floor next to Javi with the up symbol similarly to how it was on the outside of this room. What would you like to do?
He'll go over and push the button.
You push the button, the light in the top left-hand corner will illuminate as you hear a robotic voice over an intercom say, "Memory harvested." And the doors to the soul portal will ding as an elevator door will open, and you are able to freely exit the way that you entered this soul portal.
I think Javi will take one last look around, see the cave, see where he spent his life, and then say goodbye, hopefully forever, as he walks out.
Absolutely. So you guys are able to make it out of this cave what direction would you like to head in? To the left of you, as you exit this cave, is the hammer crunching, the arm press that was able to press into Zell and Chai. And then ahead of you is where you guys came from, with the vine that you could scale in order to make it back the way that you came.
I'd say we'd go.
So we know
Farther
that
in, not
in the
back.
factory room there was a door that we did not go through yet.
In the arm
sorry.
crunch room, you can follow the arm crunch path, or you can go back the way that you came.
There's no reason for us to turn back now.
Agreed.
Until we meet an obstacle that is immovable, I say we press on.
I'm with you.
Did you guys see how jacked I was in there, though?
That was very impressive.
Could you imagine if I had control, too? What I could do.
Speaking of Javi, we've talked a little bit of your plans, but I know you wanted to be with Finn. Are you considering spending a little time with the Bad and Finian?
If that's where this path takes me. For now, I am just enjoying my time with him before I go. Maybe that could be a place that we could be.
I don't know.
We could be together.
Not that I think it would be a good permanent resting place, of course, but I know they're probably looking for a little extra leadership at the moment. I don't know.
You
just
make
a
it.
thought
You
that
make
came
an
to mind
interesting
is
point.
Someone with the capability to turn into a giant mech.
You could probably lead some people. I mean, I have been kind of a leader today. If we're, if you want me to go first into the next room, I guess I could.
You just suffered an extreme psychological trauma. I think it's best if
Add it to the list.
I'm only dying twice.
I protected you once.
Of course I'll do it.
And now you're taking it out on all of us.
Javi slightly phased, you like bleeding out on the ground. Like, yeah, take a breather. Chai, come on.
That was just
Like half,
see her, like,
half
stabbing
zombie, like eyes unable to focus. I'll go into the next room first.
No,
Absolutely. If you
Now you
want.
can't stop me even if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll be going with her.
We were joking. Oh,
Make me a.
It's gonna be at third level right
Tell
now.
me what you would like to do as you are going to be walking directly under the arm crunch press. How would you like to try and escape
Isn't
it?
it turned off?
Yeah, isn't it off?
The direction that you will be going, it is still pressing.
Oh, we
it is
switched
just
the direction of the
the
conveyor.
direction of the conveyor
Can we
belt.
flip the switch again then?
Yes, you can.
And then it would turn off that one.
No, it doesn't control the arm cruncher. It controls the conveyor belt.
Yes.
So
Oh, the arm
we were
cruncher's still going.
changing the direction of conveyor belt, not changing whether it was smashing or not.
Is it just
I feel
one
like
that
it
we
would
have to
go
get
back.
under?
Just one.
Just one
Yes.
single
And
room?
just how realistic is it that I can just hurry? Like, is it going at a rhythm, and how fast?
It is going at a rhythm, and it is possible with a high enough check to get past.
On the other side of this, is there any other lever thing?
No.
Okay.
Looking at the mechanics of it, is there any way that I can, like Javi could dismantle, disassemble, or even just get it to
Yeah.
stop?
I was gonna say.
Roll me a forensics check, which is Constitution plus Intelligence.
Well, that's a good one.
is this a large enough
That will
check?
be 14.
Perfect. A 14. You are able to dismantle a large chunk of this press arm. Whoever would like to pass under it will do so with advantage, as it seems that it is faltering now to press.
Okay, so I am still very nervous at doing this because
Yeah,
I
none
am
of us are dex.
unwell. Yes, and I know I'm not particularly dexterous. So I'm going to take a deep breath, take a couple steps back, and whip out my dancing ribbons.
Heck yeah.
And I'm requesting that I roll performance instead of
Sure.
acrobatics.
Can I give her guidance?
Absolutely. I will allow it.
And I'm going to
But you have
attempt
to
to do
describe the dance for me.
I actually kind of like this. If it's keeping like a beat or a
Yeah.
rhythm,
Right,
and
right.
you're moving to that rhythm,
Yeah.
I like it.
And
Yeah.
somehow I have better, performance than I do other things. Like, it just makes sense. This is gonna help
Just
me.
makes sense.
You follow the
Yes,
arm
it
beat.
just makes sense.
We just watch.
Yeah, Javi's gonna be just up there, just like, working away on this thing and just see.
Talroth is
So-
ready to harvest her soul.
I wish I knew what this is called. I'm a dancer, so I should know. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna do one of those. Okay, you do a spin, and then you do a leap, but it's like a sideways leap. It gives you
Pirouette.
like, Yeah, it's the one where like one leg is straight and the other one's like bent behind you. You like whip back your head and people usually like roll on the ground afterwards. So you move a lot of ground to do this move. This is a real thing. I just wish I knew the name of it.
It's called like a swan lake or something.
Yeah. So, little chasse, do a spin, leap, roll on the ground, perfect timing, and let's see if that actually plays out like it did in my head.
There it is.
Okay, there we go. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. You will absolutely be able to pot a beret and kickball change through the smashing arm and are able to make it to the other side of the conveyor belt. How is everyone else?
Smashing performance.
I know. And then I zone out again. Because I'm still unwell.
Dissociation is the main form of coping right now.
Yes.
That was great, but it's over.
Moment of clarity, dissociation.
Who am I?
Why am
Absolutely.
I even here? Maybe I should just go back to the golden liquid.
How would everyone else like to traverse this arm press? Or would you like to go back to the glowing orb?
I think once it's slowed, Javi's just going to try and time it and run.
I'll
roll
just be
through.
giving guidance to everybody. My plan is if everyone else gets across, I can Misty Step.
Oh, absolutely. So
Just
roll me an
powered
athletics
steps.
or roll me an acrobatics check.
I don't know if we can cheese this, but I also give you the help action.
Oh,
you
nice.
run, and I shove you right last second to give you a little extra
boost. And I got guidance,
Yep.
So you get a D4.
but I got a -1 from that. Hold on. You're on.
I'm just prepping it.
14.
You will
I have a
take
feeling that's the last room because it's where both sides.
15 points of bludgeoning damage as you get pressed by this arm press. However, you make it to the other side just a slight bit shorter, a little more compacted.
Call me trash.
Two people left.
I've been compacted.
Your tongue's out.
You will have advantage as Javi has made the beat less continuous.
fast though.
This is tough.
I'm out of right. My
I'm pretty sure my health is not good.
I can heal just you too if you want. Do you want some healing?
just standing.
Oh, wow.
What else do I have to do?
keep thinking I'm so low, but the comet and everything. I almost
Pinkerton
have half
bee.
my HP.
Yeah, I have
What
almost
could
half,
go
too.
wrong? I run across this thing that's about to
Absolutely. Roll me a acrobatics check.
I'm gonna try to focus on like using my shield. So when it does like smush down, I'm gonna try to use the shield to like absorb that damage and like shove my body out of the way, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like try to catch like the corner of like the thing as it's smushing down and use it as energy to push me out of the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's gonna be a 15.
A-
Oh wait. 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it
A
was
16. You are able
You're good.
to agilely, barely make it through underneath the stomping arm. Go ahead and roll me a d10 and don't get a 3 or lower.
Ooh, that's technically 10, right? Yeah.
10, absolutely. So with a 10, your shield, as the arm clamp is pressing down, is able to press into the arm, and you are able to shove past. You make it across to the other side, and Talroth, you are the only one left.
Easy. Do I feel like this would be possible before I attempt it? Could I attempt to do an acrobatics check? And if things feel like it's not going to work, Misty Step at the last second?
I will. If that was the case, I would just half the damage.
I think I'll just Misty Step in that case.
Okay.
Get like half smushed.
You got advantage, and I'll give you a flash. I'll give you a little, something to motivate you.
Old man
Flash
boobs.
of my genius.
Yeah, you want to see a
Flash of genitals.
little flash of something, you know?
Okay. I'll try it.
It's fun
Because I feel like you're right. We probably should save spell slots.
Natural 20.
Absolutely. Go ahead and take a
not-
point of inspiration.
Flash of genius.
As your party is able
basically
to,
should
I know. It was-
bolster together.
I convinced him to do it.
However, as you reach the other end of this conveyor belt, you each notice the effects that are taking hold as the adrenaline starts to calm. Each of you, from your multiple failures in the Javi room, will take a -2 penalty to your armor class. Whoa. And with that, you make it to the next room. As you make it to the next room, in the center of this room is a treasure chest that is coated in fleece. On a center of a table that is taking up the middle of the room.
Nothing else in the room?
I'll use divine sense just to see if it's I think fiend, demon, undead, or like anything like that. I'm assuming no.
What's the radius on that?
I think it's 30 feet or
30 feet?
or 60. Let me check.
You are getting multiple pings inside of the chest.
Ooh.
What is the chest made of?
Fleece.
Like it's just all made of fleece?
It's coated with fleece. It's like a
What is
wooden
fleece?
chest.
Wooden chest.
Fleece is just like a soft fabric.
So celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. I get to know the type. So is what?
You get 6 pings of undead inside of this chest.
Inside the chest. How big is the chest?
It is approximately large books size. I would say it's
So
about
small?
a foot in radius.
Not made of metal in any way?
Made of wood.
Pandora's box.
Shoot. I wish it was made of metal, Cade.
Is it desecrated at all? Desecrated or consecrated?
Yes.
Okay.
Desecrated, I would call it.
Ooh.
You sense desecration all amongst this phylactery factory as it seems evil magic prevails here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll just kind of warn everyone.
It's a mimic.
Something is off. Potentially. Did you say that as a character or as a?
Yes,
player?
as a
Okay.
character. I thought you were going to correct it, though, because I thought what you got was something else.
It's. I'm getting readings of undead within it.
Do we need to open it?
Is there a door out of here?
There is no door out of here, unfortunately, as it stands.
It may be another obstacle.
I don't trust it.
Can I just say this is strange because we started in the water room with the catwalk and we didn't do anything. And then a door appeared and we felt like the box was in temptation. And then we went to the next room and apparently the magical liquid was another temptation and it wasn't something that was going to heal us all our hit points.
We don't know that. They didn't
We don't
let us
know
try.
that, but I'm just saying that's what y'all thought. Anyway, and then we went to the next room and I don't know if those mechanical arms were necessarily a distraction, but the whole point was we just had to get past that room. I don't know how we get to the next door, but I'm just saying, so far we haven't had to do much.
Maybe it is a mental check.
I do not want what is in this chest.
Neither do I.
Yeah, me neither.
Not enough to open it.
Okay, where's the door?
Nothing shows up.
Nothing shows, unfortunately.
Pinkerton. Do we need to destroy what's inside?
I could potentially.
Because the box isn't big, right?
No.
I could use my divine energy to imbue my weapon with a smite. Try to obliterate whatever's in the box before we open it.
I like it. Perhaps we could even do more of a team effort and we could like pop it open, shut it.
Good. I worry if we open it that they will disperse, making it less effective.
All right, fair enough.
I also would like to point out that if things get super sticky, we could just leave this room. Go back the way we came, which I understand is risky in its own way. But if we're going to have a hard time leaving the room and getting past the stupid arm, then I would guess that they would too. Just calling out a backup plan.
I worry about passing through the arm as well as the liquid room again. Last time you lost parts of yourselves when you left, I sensed it. I would not like that to happen to anyone again, particularly you, Chai.
Fair enough.
And I have not been doing incredibly well with my acquaintances with the smashing arms. So I would prefer not to go back at this moment.
Can Javi approach and get a closer look at the chest? Does it have a lid?
A latch, yeah,
A latch.
lid.
What is it?
Absolutely. So it just has a free hanging latch, no lock on it on the outside or anything. It's just open. Would you like to peer inside?
I think smashing is the limit of my capabilities here. I do have protection from evil and good if we feel that would make a difference for the opener.
What does that do?
The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effect. So if we choose to open it, I would cast protection from good and evil on whoever decides to open it. If we decide to smash it, I have Thunderous Smite, which deals some extra damage. And then I believe it does double damage to objects, as well as, I don't know if you're going to deem all 6 things inside as one creature when I hit it or what's going to happen. So those are the limits of my capabilities.
I say give it a hit.
Want to break it or open it?
It's up to you, Talroth.
I think we break it. I mean, I feel like, it's just a trap, right? So
I hear that.
I'm good either way.
I'll use a bonus action to imbue my lantern with Thunderous Smite, and I'll take a swipe.
Javi will get ready to go.
Absolutely. Okay, roll me an attack.
15.
A 15 will hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
6 points of bludgeoning damage for just my flail.
Okay.
11 points of thunder damage.
Absolutely. So 17 points of damage as you crack into this chest and it explodes out. And out of the chest pop 6 statuettes about the size of each of your guys' minis that are currently on the table. Small figurines, and each of them depictions of Hugh Pinkerton. But nothing happens.
You said they were undead?
Yes.
They seem to be
Statuettes,
moving,
as in like a mini.
Like a mini. Like
Is it
a
alive and
character
moving?
mini. No,
Just a statue.
just a little statue.
Javi would like to pick one up. Look at it closer.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Unnatural 20.
Wow. Okay. And roll me a wisdom save.
Flash of genius 15.
With a 15, you are able to save, and with a dirty 20, you are going to investigate. As you touch it, it is going to burst to life with magic. It does not grow. However, on the other end of the room, you are going to see Hugh Pinkerton standing, and it's going to say,
"Hello, Javi. Thank you for your employment. Unfortunately, your services will no longer be needed."
and he will open a door behind him and walk through and run.
Is that the
Javi
door
will-
that we were looking for?
The door
Like,
that you were looking for. Yes.
As he begins talking, before even maybe finishing his sentence, I think Javi would try to destroy the statue in his hand.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an attack.
23.
A
to hit.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Gauntlet damage,
Thunder
I guess.
gauntlets, yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Just like
7 points of damage. Thunder
Absolutely.
damage.
So you are going to smush this statuette in your hand, and as you do, a poof of a snowball's amount of snow bursts into your hand, and the illusion of Hugh Pinkerton is going to, as it exits the room in a pile of snow.
And what of the door?
Yeah, is the door still
And the
there?
door is still there. It's on the north half of the room. And as you approach this northern half of the room and have dispelled yet another illusion of the Pinkertons, I believe that is where we're going to end our session for the night.
Ooh.
My name is Cade, the host and Grim Reaper of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, and I am joined here by the players to my left.
Brooklyn playing chat.
Alec playing Javi.
Mason playing Talroth.
And Danny playing Zelbrath Wilderson.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you love our podcast, go ahead and leave us a review. If you can't leave us a review for whatever reason, go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Noct and consider supporting our show. We have multiple tiers and we release content on a rather infrequent basis. Things have been rough, okay? But I'm sure if you subscribe that will change. So go on over to patreon.com/Noct and check out our podcast. Thank you so much for listening so far with our podcast. I love our little cast that we have of Campaign 3 crew, our little Dead Season crew. I'm very grateful for you guys for being here. Thank you for allowing me to make this podcast, and thank you for listening to this podcast. And we hope that you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you got to do is keep rolling, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your afterlife. Goodbye.
We winter through a lot.
Yeah.
Like we did a lot of rooms. We did a
Yeah.
lot of things. We had
guys
multiple
are-
combats.
time to,
Like,
One, 2, 3,
Time
4,
puzzles.
5, 6, 7,
on it.
I
8,
feel like we
9.
were pretty efficient. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking like with how much we
Yeah.
felt like we did, I kept thinking like, ooh, I better check the time, and then I'm like, oh,
we got it.
we're fine.
Fine.
There you go. But you can
Oh.
only cash it in
Thank
if
you.
you are
To a nice DM. Only if I'm a nice DM. Exactly. Thank
And
you.
the bank's gonna know.
Yeah, the bank's got a list,
They'll call.
and it's checking it twice. It's gonna find out
who kills their players.